How's it going, everyone? It's me, Bobby with Tmat, and I'm here today because I want to put a Tmat in my Honda Civic. If you've seen our videos or been on the website, you know Tmat works great in trucks and SUVs, but I want it in my Civic, and I'll show you why. So as you can see here, my trunk is a mess. I got my backpack, folding chairs, I got a bike rack, I got all sorts of stuff back here, and it's not organized. And every time I hit the brakes or take a sharp turn, I hear it all rolling around and it drives me nuts. So follow along to watch how I go about sizing and setting up a perfect Tmat setup in my Civic. So before I could get to building the perfect Tmat setup for my Civic, I needed to figure out how many of these and how many of these I need for the mat to be completely snug in the back of my car. I could throw a couple of these just back there, but that wouldn't make the most out of the space, and that's what Tmat is for, making the most out of the trunk space or bed space that you have. So what I'm gonna do is what I would recommend to anybody who isn't sure about the best way to set up a Tmat in their vehicle. I'm gonna get in contact with the Tmat engineering team on the Tmat website. I'm gonna send them some measurements and dimensions that I took from the back of my trunk. I'm gonna send that to them, and they'll be able to tell me exactly how many of these and these that I need to, like I said, make the most out of that space. So after I sent Brock and the rest of the engineering team the measurements of this trunk, I let them do the hard part. They got back to me pretty quickly, and they figured out just exactly how many of these and these I need in the back of my trunk to make the most out of my space. Because after all, that's what Tmat's about. So I'm gonna take all this junk out and put my Tmat setup in, and I think it's gonna completely transform how I use this trunk. Now that I got the Tmat installed, I'm gonna try to make the perfect setup. I got these blockers and these Cydio crates, which are available at tmat.com. These Cydio crates go great with the Tmat, and they help you haul more stuff and organize it even better. So I'm gonna mess around with these two things, see how I can maximize the space back here, and let's see what I can come up with. All right, I got everything set up exactly how I want it, and man, this came out great. I had a little bit of trial and error to see what worked best for me, but I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. Not only is my stuff gonna stay where I put it, and I'm not gonna hear any more crazy noises of things rolling around while I'm driving, it just looks so much better. What I think is really cool is that I have these blockers and these Cydio crates, so if I wanted to move this stuff around, obviously it would be super easy. This is kind of my weekend setup. I got my bike rack and my backpack here, but if I was hauling groceries or going on a road trip, I could switch some things around and still have an awesome setup. And now for the fun part. I'm gonna do a little bit of spirited driving, and when I come back and open this trunk, all my stuff is gonna be exactly where I put it. That's the beauty of a Tmat. It keeps your stuff organized and keeps your stuff in place, no matter what you're doing. With that being said, let's hit the road. All right, and after some rigorous testing, it's time for the big reveal. Yep, just like I thought. It should be no surprise that the Tmat kept everything exactly how I said it. Everything is organized, everything is in place. So, if you're like me and you got a car that you don't see on the Tmat website, do what I did, reach out to our engineering team through our website, give them the year, make, model, give them some measurements, some dimensions of the space that you're working with, and our team is gonna make sure that you get a Tmat, no matter what kind of vehicle you drive. I am really happy with how this Tmat came out. I'm looking forward to trying new setups for new scenarios. Road trips, groceries, moves, all of those are gonna be made a lot easier because of my Tmat. Get yours today at tmat.com, and I'll see you on the road.